The Masters 8 is among us, and it's about to get intense. With that, Mr. Ketchum is in a very solid position right now, and it really begs the question of what's going to happen to the Pokemon series once the Masters 8 is over. Will Ash win or lose? Will he be the main protagonist again? I don't know. But I can tell you something that I am pretty confident in. Ash has quite the diverse collection of Pokemon, and today, before we get into the Masters 8, I wanted to give an updated version of Ash's strongest Pokemon because quite a bit has changed since the last time I made a list like this. When it comes to ranking these Mons, I'm going on the basis of time Ash has had them, experience, and feats. Anywho, without any further ado, let's analyze Mr. Ketchum's Mons. Starting off this list, we're going to give Unova some love and open up with the underrated Crocodile, Ash's Unovan ace. I love Crocodile, and it really saddens me that this Pokemon has not had any real representation since the Unovan days. Crocodile was Ash's last Pokemon in the Unovan arc, but it really rose to the ranks quickly. The most impressive feat by Crocodile easily goes to when it took an Ice Beam from Iris's Dragonite as a Crocorock, evolved in the Crocodile, and then took it down right after. Taking an Ice Beam as a frail little ground type is impressive. That's not all though. There are a few more times where Ash's Crocodile Evo line has had the type disadvantage and was still able to pull through. As a Crocorock in the Icarus gym against Byron, it took out his Beartic by catching its stone edges midair. And who could forget the time when it defeated Stefan Sock with an Aerial Ace? Crocodile is extremely underutilized, and it needs to be used more. Up next is going to be none other than one of Ash's Alola candidates, being Incineroar. Now, right off the bat, some of you may think Incineroar should be a tad lower, and I can possibly see that. But my reasoning for number 9 is that we only know of Torracat's feats, not Incineroar's. Torracat literally evolved in the battle against Kukui's Incineroar and then fainted right after. We do not have any data on how strong Incineroar could be because it's never battled as an Incineroar. Due to Torracat's feats though, Incineroar is at least able to squeeze on the list. For one, he was able to do some decent damage to Guzma's team, and he was pretty strong. Torracat's main goal was to defeat Alola's most powerful Incineroar, and it did it as its middle-staged evolution. Incineroar made the Mask Royal undefeated in Alola, so the fact that it was able to defeat it as a Torracat really says something. So, Ash's Pokemon like to train and move around, right? Well, there is one that kind of just lounges around, eats everyone's food, and we all know that Pokemon as Snorlax. This lovable oaf was captured a long time ago, and to this day, I still believe is one of Ash's strongest Pokemon. All the times Ash has called on Snorlax, it's delivered. The sumo competition in Johto, Greta in the Battle Frontier, which was a type disadvantage, mind you. And Scott did say that the Battle Frontier members were considered Elite 4 level. And there was the battle with Gary, with Nidoqueen, etc., and the short time it had with Harrison's team. Snorlax comes through every time Ash calls on it, and I don't doubt it could very well help him in the Masters 8. Snorlax also just has a lot of bulk, and has been seen to take many hits over and over. If Ash needs bulk and power, he knows who to call on. At number 7, we have Ash's Dragonite. On my last list, I threw Dragonite at number 5, and that was solely because I believed Dragonite had overall more power. This time, however, due to me ranking these mons a little differently, I decided on a little higher spot simply due to the fact Ash has Pokemon that have had more time with him, and this is still Dragonite's first run per se. I also think that battle records in the anime are a cheese way of showing how strong a Pokemon is, just because the anime is so inconsistent. One day, Dragonite could lose to something utterly ridiculous. But I will say, Dragonite has some natural power, and it has some impressive feats. One feat in particular was defeating Iris's Haxorus, who is considered champion level at this point, and it defeated Corina's Mega Lucario. So yeah, Dragonite is powerful, but we really don't know how strong Ash's other Pokemon are in comparison to Dragonite. If the writers do decide to have Ash use his other Pokemon in the Masters 8, I feel they are going to be scaled to match the others in the top 8. If this is supposedly going to be one of Ash's biggest moments in the anime's history, they would be doing a huge disservice in not having him use his other Pokemon. So, if anything, Dragonite sets the bar for where Ash's other Pokemon should be. And based on Ash's other Pokemon simply having more time in feats than his Dragonite, that's why I leave Dragonite at number 7. Plus, I doubt Ash's Pokemon have just sat around. Well, Snorlax does, but Infernape says otherwise. Earlier I mentioned time playing a factor in terms of where Pokemon are ranked. But at number 6, we have a special case, being Ash's Mega Lucario. Let me repeat that again, Mega Lucario. Despite Ash only having Lucario for his time in Journeys, it's demonstrated power that can't be argued or denied. Mega Evolution alone is enough to put it at number 6, but if we take into consideration its feats, already there's some solid stuff to put on the table. For one, it outlasted B's Gigantamax Machamp and beat it. B is also considered Elite 4 level, if not stronger. This was also after Lucario took damage from B's Hawlucha. It also helped clutch Ash's battle against Raihan by enlarging its Aura Sphere, kind of like how it does in Super Smash Bros. And it pretty much took down Raihan's Duraludon despite it not being Mega Evolved. The reason Ash wasn't able to Mega Evolve his Lucario was because a little bit ago in that battle, he had already Gigantamaxed his Gengar. The whole aspect of Aura as well, and the way how it and Ash connect, can't be denied. This unique connection in between them could mean some heavy wins for Ash as he proceeds through the Masters 8. Opening up the lower half of the list is Ash's Sceptile. Sceptile is one of the first Pokemon that comes to mind when considering one of these lists in my opinion. You can't not have one of these lists without putting Sceptile on here. Sceptile has taken on a Darkrai and won. It had an extremely heated battle against May's Blaziken. As a Grovyle, it took out Norman's Slacking, whose base stats are practically godlike, and it was one of Ash's biggest stars in the Battle Frontier, which, like I said earlier, are deemed to be Elite 4 level trainers. On top of this, it also spent time with Ash and Hoenn. So Sceptile was with Ash for practically 2 regions, and has some impressive feats to add to the mix. I think Sceptile is a great way to start off the second half. At the 4th spot is where I think everyone will agree with me without a doubt. I'm placing Infernape here. No one can deny how powerful Infernape is. We've seen its feats in the Sinnoh arc, and we know it's been sparring with Ash's other fire types, including Charizard. This dude has been raring to go for generations now, and has been shown to be training. It's not just idly standing by. Ash needs to call on it now. Its Blaze ability is also broken, but I think Infernape's Blaze ability isn't just a regular Blaze ability. In fact, I think it's a unique ability specifically for Ash's Infernape. Think about it. Not only do Infernape's fire attacks get stronger, but so do all of its other traits. If Blaze is harnessed properly and we see the results of Infernape's training, it easily deserves top 3. So, as I mentioned just a second ago, Infernape could easily be in the top 3. However, not too long ago in Journeys, a certain Greninja made an appearance to train Ash's Mega Lucario in terms of mastering its aura abilities. Had it not been for this cameo or Alon showing up in the Masters 8, I wouldn't have included Ash Greninja here today, because he released it back in Kalos. But with Alon here, This gives Ash plenty of reason to go and settle the score. We need a Zardex and Ash Greninja rematch. We saw how heated the Kalos match was. It's teaching Lucario about the art of Mega Evolution and Aura-based stuff. I don't think I need to justify why it's here. If Ash Greninja comes back, it's going to be one wild Masters 8 tournament, that's for sure. And at number 2, we have a Pokemon I think surpasses Ash Greninja, being his Charizard. If Ash Mega evolved his Charizard in the Zard Y, I wholeheartedly believe it would surpass Greninja. Even without the Mega though, I still think Charizard is stronger. But that can be argued, and I can see why some people would place Greninja above it. My biggest argument for Charizard, though, is not just its feats from the past, which we know damn well are impressive. It is Ash's baby after all. We need to take into consideration just how much training Charizard has been through. It's been training non-stop for generations now, from the Charcific Valley all the way till now at Oak's lab sparring with Infernape. I still wholeheartedly believe Charizard is Ash's strongest Pokemon without a doubt, if we don't count a certain other Pokemon. It's got to be so strong by now, especially after all that training. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It had natural power in the beginning, and it trained for a long while. This thing is strong, and it would be a great asset for Ash in the Masters 8. However, due to Alon and Leon both having Charizard, I don't think Ash's Charizard will make an appearance. Unless, of course, the writers love Charizard saturation more than I think they do. Charizard could make an appearance in at least one of his battles. But like I mentioned in a previous entry, it's a disservice to not bring back his old Pokemon. At number 1, there's no surprise here. One of the most overrated Pokemon in the franchise, the Electric Rodent. It's been with Ash the longest, it's got a very unique track record, it's taken on legendaries, and it's pulled out Ash out of several situations in the past. I'd be remiss if I didn't put Pikachu at number 1. I don't think I need to explain why Pikachu is here, it's Ash's best bud, so let's just keep it at that. Well, that wraps up my list on all of Ash's strongest Pokemon prior to the Masters 8. I feel I did a great job in properly ranking these mons, but of course, not everyone's going to agree with that. Let me know your thoughts down below on what Pokemon you think should be in Ash's top 10 strongest. The Masters 8 is among us, and Ash has a lot to experience. With the power of his previous Pokemon, I believe he can win it. We're just going to have to see how the writers plan this out though. Regardless, I am excited. Welcome back to the outro, folks, your favorite part of the video. Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We made it through the end of the 8th generation, and now we begin the long trek into late 2022 where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet await us. It's a whole new world we'll live in, but we still gotta catch them all. However, there's still a ton of videos to do and experiences to have until then. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and the Mystic Umbreon Shorts YouTube channel. If we get the 10k followers on TikTok, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. If you like Genshin Impact, check out my Genshin channel Teibachinary. So if you all enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.